It's so incredibly hot today, so I apologize if I end up melting away. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Anna, and today I'm going to be talking about the most anticipated book releases coming out in the next few months for me. The ones that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm so excited for these books. I have 6 on my list. I have to start with Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. This is the sequel of the book The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've read quite a few of his books: The House in the Cerulean Sea, The Life of Puppets, and Under the Whispering Door. Under the Whispering Door, yeah. I absolutely loved the 3 of them, and I'm looking forward to reading more of his work. I know that he published a book last year, maybe it was this year, uh, Wolf Song or something like that. I'll put it up. And I have not read that one yet. I have been meaning to read more from this author, but I'm so excited for Somewhere Beyond the Sea. It comes out September 10th, so 5 days, 4 days, 3 days. What day is it? September 7th. So by the time this video comes out, the book will be out in the next couple of days, and I'm so excited. If you have not read The House in the Cerulean Sea, I highly recommend. I remember exactly how it made me feel, but I'm trying to figure out how to summarize the plot. Let me just quickly look up. So we follow Linus Baker, our main character. He's in his 40s, I believe, which I really enjoy. I enjoy when characters are a bit more adult, a bit more mature, uh, just not sticking to that same trope of following the 17, 19, 20-year old over and over again, which, like, don't get me wrong, I love a young character as well, but sometimes it's just nice to get older characters who are more solid in their personality and in who they are. So, but yeah, and I really like that. So we follow Linus and his little cat. He's a caseworker at the department in charge of magical youth. And so he gets sent by upper management to go and this like classified assignment to travel to an orphanage and just kind of assess how things are going, decide if the orphanage should stay open or not, and if they're following all the rules. And yeah, we follow him as he moves through this tiny magical island and gets to build a relationship with all the kids in the orphanage who are all magical beings, or magical youth, I guess that's how they describe them. They all have different magical powers. The main caretaker, I don't even know, I don't want to spoil anything. All of his books have a bit of a queer romance to them, and the romance is done in a very sweet and cozy way. I love them. It felt very nostalgic in a way for some reason, and just so kind. And it's crazy because it's an adult book, but it also reads like a young adult book, and I would recommend anyone in, like, from any age to read this. I feel like it would be also a really good book to discuss with younger children. Certain parts in there maybe won't be appropriate for younger children, but yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book, and I'm so excited for the second one. P.J. Klune is great at the found family trope, at processing emotions and grief and dealing with really hard, deep topics in a very light, easy to digest way, but you still end up walking away just feeling really good and feeling like you not only learn with the characters but grew with them. So I'm so excited to see what the second book brings, because when I read this, I thought this was going to be a standalone. It has a very well rounded off ending. I was really happy with the way it finished. So I'm not even going to read the blurb for the second one. It comes out in the next few days. As soon as I can get my hands on it, I will. And yeah, so expect to see it in an upcoming wrap up at some point. Next, we have A Dark and Drowning Tide. This comes out September 17th. So, once again, for me, that's only 10 days away. I am so excited for this book. Not only does it have one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen, I love the art style in this book. To be completely honest, I have no idea what it's about. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we all do it, right? I want to quickly look up what it's about, though, just to give you more of an idea. The cover is just stunning. Can we appreciate how beautiful this art is? I want to know who the artist is. I want to give them credit. Okay, I can't seem to find it, but if I do, or I'll make sure I do, and I'll put the artist's name down right here and link if they have any media, because I love that art style. I'm obsessed with it. It's so beautiful, and just from the cover, I knew I wanted to read it. But let me go ahead and give you a bit of a recap of what the book is according to the blurb. Fantasy, romance, queer, gothic, mystery. Ooh, this might be a good October book. I'm hoping to do some vlogs in some reading vlogs or some reading challenges in October where I read more horror, gothic book because it's a genre that I'm not very accustomed to. I get scared very easily and I get nightmares really easily. And so I've been too much of a scaredy cat to dive into the horror gothic genre. I've been dipping my toes here and there with a little bit of fantasy horror, but I want to challenge myself in October to read a lot more, so this might be on the list. And let's see, it says we follow Lorelai. Already, I love the name. I'm hooked. I don't need to know anything else. Our main character is called Lorelai. It's a beautiful cover. It's fantasy. I'm pretty sure it's sapphic fantasy. That's really all I need. But let's go ahead and give a bit of a recap. So we follow Lorelai, a folklorist with a quick temper and even quicker wit. She is on an expedition with 6 eccentric nobles in search of a fabled spring. Ooh, okay. The magical spring promises untold power, which the king wants to harness to secure his reign on the embattled country of. This is what I don't like about fantasy books. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Brunstad? Brunstad? Sure. Lorelai is determined to use this opportunity to prove herself and make her wildest, most impossible dream come to become. There's a bit of a mistake right here. Her most impossible dream to become a naturalist, able to travel freely to lands she's only ever read about. The expedition gets off to a harrowing start when its leader, Lorelai's beloved mentor, is murdered in her quarters aboard their ship. The suspects are her 5 remaining expedition mates, each with their own motive. The only person Lorelai knows must be innocent is her longtime academic rival, the insufferably gallant and maddening beautiful Sylvia. I'm so excited. Enemies to lovers, murder mystery, magical spring adventure. Yeah, I don't know. There's dragons beneath the water? Okay, I'm hooked. I am immediately hooked. I'm definitely going to be reading this in October and I'm so excited for it. All right, next we have The Fury of the Gods, which is the third book of the Shadow of the Gods trilogy. Third book, The Fury of the Gods, is coming out of the Bloodsworn saga, and I am just sure this is going to become one of my new all-time favorite trilogies out there. It's adult fantasy, Norse mythology, epic, huge gods, ancient magic, monsters, one of the most beautiful and well crafted atmospheres I have ever seen or read, I guess. The world building is stunning and so well done. You're immediately sucked into this magical, dark world where honestly, I don't know how any of these characters survive to adulthood or even to elderly age because I wouldn't last 5 minutes in this world. It's incredibly savage and beautifully written, and I'm obsessed. I've already cried quite a few times with the book, so I that's a huge sign that I love a book when I'm emotionally invested enough to shed tears over them. So yeah, I am so excited for the third book to come out. I mean, I still first need to finish the first one and then read the second one, but the third one comes out October 24th. So hopefully I'll be reading that one in November and I'll finish the second one either this or next month. We'll see. We'll see. It'd be great if I could finish the trilogy before October is over. I feel like with books like this, I definitely want to binge read them to fully absorb the story and the characters. So yeah, I am super excited for the third book to come out, even though I haven't even read the second one yet. And those are the books that I have for the rest of 2024. I haven't really found any that are coming out in either November or December that have grasped my attention, although that might change. Maybe I just haven't looked well enough. But for 2025, I have three books, which I am so excited for. Guys, this fan has been a lifesaver. I'm taking it with me to class and everything because for 2025, there are three books which I'm looking forward to so much. First and foremost, of course, we have Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins, which is, what do I even have to say here? It's Susan Collins, it's The Hunger Games. It's another prequel, but this one I am 10 times more excited for than The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed. It's Susan Collins. It's The Hunger Games. I love that world. I love that story. So I still enjoyed The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but it was not my favorite. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit petty about the fact that that is the longest novel she's written in that world. And I wish I had gotten more of Katniss in the first trilogy instead of a book that was like 500 pages long, maybe even 600 pages long on Coriolanus Snow, which, if you read the book, if you've watched the movie, if you've read the book, he's an awful character and super dislikable, which Katniss in a way is as well. But I was able to relate to Katniss a lot more and forgive her unlikability. I was able to forgive the fact that she wasn't a super lovable main character because it made sense to her character to be that way, especially after everything she'd been through and at her age and everything. But with Snow, it was harder to forgive his atrocious behavior. And from the beginning, he's just an asshole. Whilst the movie does lighten the character a bit and make him a bit more likable. But yeah, anyways, Sunrise on the Reaping comes out on March 18th, 2025, 2 days after my birthday. So it feels like a little birthday gift from Susan Collins. And I'm so excited to read it. I mean, it's Hunger Games and it's Haymitch. And I think he has already been confirmed that this will also be a movie at some point, probably like 2026 or 2027. So that's two things to look forward to, the book and then the movie. And yeah, next we have Say You'll Remember Me. This is coming out April 1st of 2025, and it's Abby Jimenez. By this point, I will read everything and anything that Abby Jimenez writes. She is a romance writer. However, I say that lightly because her books, although they are romances, they also cover a lot of very mature, adult, deep, hard themes. And if you want a light summer bubbly romance, I would say go more with some other romance book, but Abby Jimenez dives deep into subjects like grief and trauma and abuse and miscarriage and so many things. So they should definitely come with a bit of a trigger warning, but at the end of it all, it is a love story, and I absolutely love her characters. I did read her trilogy. It's not really a trilogy, I guess. It's more of like three companion novels. They're all set in the same world, and characters from each novel make appearances in each other's novel, but we follow different characters in each book, if that makes sense. And I love that. And all of her books, or all of these three books that I've read by her, we get both the points of view from not just the woman in the story, but also the men, which I thought was very refreshing to get both points of the love story. I love the way she writes men in her books, and I think it's very refreshing to see male main love interests that are mature and good at communication. I really, really enjoy that. So, yeah, I'm just super excited for any other romance that she throws her way. I will be reading it. Say You'll Remember Me sounds like it will probably make me cry, just the way all of her other books have. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. And last but not least, we have The Book That Held Her Heart. This is coming out April 8th, 2025, once again. And this is by Mark Lawrence, I believe. Once again, this is the third book of a trilogy. I read the first one, The Book That Wouldn't Burn, earlier this year, I believe, and I absolutely loved it. It's beautiful. It's a book that takes place in a magical library. The world building is incredibly well done again. The fantasy aspect of it felt very unique, and I have the second book lined up. I need to read it. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it yet. I have it as an audiobook, and I did listen to the first one as an audiobook as well, and I loved it, but I'm just not quite sure if I want to read the second one as an audiobook as well, or if I want to get the ebook version. Also, my boyfriend read the first one before I did, and he loved it, and that's why I chose to read it. And I've been waiting for him to read the second one. So I feel like it's only fair. He read it first. Maybe he should continue the trilogy first, but he's been taking forever and hasn't started it even. So I might just have to start it myself. Lately, I've just been a lot more into nonfiction when it comes to audiobooks. So I think I might wait. Oh my god, it's getting worse. I apologize for that. I seem to have lost my voice. Okay, let's hope it comes back. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. I might just wait to get my hands on the second ebook. And I have time. It doesn't come out until April. So that's like 8 months away. So I have time. I have time to finish the second one. And I'm just really excited to finish the trilogy next year at some point. And I think that's that on that. Those are the 6 books that I'm looking forward to the most in the next 8 months, I guess. And I just can't wait for them to come out and read them and then review them on here. Let me know which books you're looking forward to the most. If you have any books that are coming out October, November, or December of this year that you're really excited for, please let me know. I mean, it's not like I don't have enough books to read for the rest of the year. I have enough books to read for the rest of my life, and I probably would still not have enough time to get through everything I ever want to get through. But if you have any exciting releases that are coming out in the next few months, then please let me know because I'd love to add them to my never ending TBR. And yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video.